On October 29th, Anti-Pope Francis met with the notorious heretic and abortion supporter Joe Biden, who, just like Anti-Pope Francis, claims to be Catholic but definitely is not. Francis received his fellow apostate warmly. That's not a surprise since neither one believes in the Catholic faith and both are in the same non-Catholic sect, that is, the Vatican II sect, which is not the Catholic Church but the prophesied end-times counterchurch, the Whore of Babylon. To even meet with the notoriously wicked Biden, unless Biden came to publicly repent and convert to the true Catholic faith, is a sinful outrage. But to have the meeting, greet him warmly, and issue no rebuke or criticism of him at all, as Anti-Pope Francis did, is tantamount to an endorsement or approval of Biden. In fact, after the meeting, Biden said that Francis told him explicitly that he is a good Catholic and should keep receiving communion. The Vatican issued no comment when asked about this, which is equivalent to a confirmation that it happened. Even if Biden had not revealed this about their meeting, we know that Francis allows Biden to receive, quote, communion, because he would stop it if he were opposed to it. He would excommunicate or condemn him, but he doesn't. Francis is a notorious heretic. We've proven that repeatedly based on his many heretical statements. But remember, heresy can also be manifested by deed and by omission. This is from a pre-Vatican II work on the Delictive heresy. Quote, words are the ordinary but not the only means of communication. Complete externalization of thought may exist in signs, acts, or omissions. The Delictive heresy then will have many forms, end quote. Such an omission, that is the failure to excommunicate or publicly condemn Biden and other notorious figures who support abortion while they claim to be Catholic, is tantamount to an endorsement of their claim to be Catholic. Thus, this meeting was not just scandalous. It's more proof that Francis is a notoriously heretical antipope who leads a non-Catholic sect. If you remain in communion with him, even if you object to his activity, you are not in the Catholic Church. You are in the end-times counterchurch. You are in the Whore of Babylon, and you are headed for hell. Stop listening to or supporting those false and faithless commentators who may even blast Francis for his actions in clickbait videos over and over again. But continue to say that, well, he's still the Pope. No, he's not, and he never was. They don't know what they're talking about, and they have no faith. They are blind guides and false teachers leading people to wolves and to hell. They confuse physical buildings with the Catholic Church. They think that whoever is in the building that the church previously owned, even if that person professes a false religion, as Francis does, must be considered Catholic. No, that's completely wrong. To be considered in the Catholic Church, you must profess the true faith. Francis does not, Biden does not. The church is composed of those who profess the true faith, and it still exists in the remnant of true traditional Catholics, but all of the physical structures of the church have been given to the beast and the whore in accord with prophecy. That's what we are seeing. Also, some of the aforementioned heretics object by saying that if Francis is considered to be an antipope based on his actions, that would make the matter completely subjective, leaving it up to the private judgment of each individual person as to when the man is not Catholic or has lost his office. No, not at all. It's a public fact that Francis and Biden and people like them are not Catholic. It's notorious, in fact, because their heresies are public and their imputability is publicly known, as we've proven in detail. The recognition that someone like Francis is not Catholic and therefore not the Pope is directly connected to the very profession of the faith. Every Catholic has the ability and the obligation to recognize public facts and to distinguish between a false religion, such as Francis's false Vatican II religion, and the true religion, the Catholic religion. If you can't distinguish between the two, then you can't profess the true faith. Hence, the recognition that Francis and the other Vatican II antipopes have held no authority is rooted in a Catholic's ability and his obligation to profess the true faith and to recognize public facts. Also, this reminds us of the horrible hypocrisy of false conservatives and false traditionalist commentators who will say when it's convenient that Joe Biden is not Catholic, or he's a fake Catholic, or Nancy Pelosi is a fake Catholic, but they don't apply that divine law principle that people who profess heresy automatically cease to be Catholic to Francis and his apostate, quote, bishops, who are also heretical. But it applies to both.
To fake Catholic pro-child killing Joe Biden.
Basic apostates like Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden.
I personally think I probably would have said it more along the lines of you can't be Catholic and pro-abortion. You know, I think that was...
Sure. Now, in the case of Joe Biden, he's actually performed a wedding. Let me get it for you here. He's actually performed a wedding for a same-sex couple. And I just don't see how you can say you're a Catholic when you're doing this kind of thing.
So they can't have it both ways. They can't apply that principle selectively, but they do because they're dishonest, they're inconsistent, and they're not of the truth. And God vomits such people out of his mouth. So stop lying and stop contradicting yourselves and stop deceiving people. And if you can't figure this out, stop commenting on these issues.